All right, we're going to go right through. I do have a hell of a lot to say about this matchup. The first time Blake ever defeated Bones was to win AEX 9, AEX 7, one of those. So in particular here at AEX, this is very storied. They've played multiple times. In many places, sometimes it looks like Bones just struggles too much versus Peach and Blake's too fast. Sometimes it looks like Blake is ready to just give up. And, we've seen both of them have a particular type of mentality issue every now and then.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Definitely true of both of them. So this is really a mental struggle between the two players. And, a lot of the times I don't even like to point to that. But I think it's going to be a huge factor in this game.
I think both players just today have shown a lot of mental fortitude in teams. I think both of them came back from down 2-0 in a set and bring it to a game 5.
I think that's true.
So maybe in the past their mental game has been a little bit shaky, but
yeah, Blake told me. Blake, of course, my team's partner, former roommate, best friend, whatever. But I'm going to be unbiased, don't worry. He told me that compared to usual, he's feeling very confident today. And so often he'd be so nervous he would not enter singles, right? But here he is, and loser gets fourth.
And this, if it weren't for, that out-of-state and even out-of-country presence, this could be grand finals again.
Yes.
Just goes to show you the growth in AEX. I can't believe this is the last one for a while.
I know.
Oh, wow. Blake's looking so clean.
Yeah, after he said he was hot garbage at the beginning of the day.
Love that phrase.
But after, that's a Blake thing. But after warming up a lot, he said he's fabulous again. So we'll see what we got. It's cool that his tag's actually Blake now. Formerly BMC, if you've heard that tag before, this is the same Peach. And we've talked a lot about Blake, but Bones has made amazing strides in this matchup in particular.
He's got one of the most ruthless Falco versus Peach punish games I've ever had to fight against. Mm-hmm. You can see the way that he uses his lasers to dissect the matchup. Oh, no. Okay, he's fine.
Yep. I think Blake wanted to do a float forwards in air. He uses the A button to do his aerials.
Yeah.
So he was still holding forwards when he pressed A, and that's the reason he didn't get the nair out.
Yeah, it's a very tight timing window for what he wanted to do. Unfortunately, flubbed it just a little bit.
Bones has been stellar at instant transmission side B to get to an edge guard today. I've seen it multiple times. It's so cool.
So the conventional wisdom for this matchup is that, Falco can't recover Peach as such an effective edge guard.
Yeah.
And Bones, invalidates that.
Yeah, I actually just don't. I think that's just untrue. I think, bad Falcos can't recover. But I think that Falco can force 50-50s. If he's really far off the stage, sure. But any character's going to die really far off the stage, right?
Yeah, I think Bones has one of the best recoveries.
Yeah.
That he changes the conversation about recovery.
And we talked about it in a prior set against Incessant. Blake's reaction time is... It seems unfair. It's definitely astounding at the very least.
Superhuman.
Definitely superhuman. He puts himself in a position to react, and it seems like he almost always does it. If he doesn't react, it's not his brain, it's his hands.
Oh, nice down smash. Unfortunately, Blake going a little bit high on that up B.
Yeah,
I think he didn't think that he was going to need to up B, and then the panic one comes out, which is a bad habit I think all Peaches share, except for Armada.
Yeah, I mean, just probably most players share that habit. You know what I mean? Just panic recovery.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it just always feels like Peach gets punished so hard for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that float height ended up being perfect. Blake was playing 3 steps ahead.
But that up tilt was incredible. Able to get himself just under Peach so that Peach will not have anything to contest that up tilt.
I just want to mention how Bones makes me feel like an idiot for trying to shield drop against him. He always back airs your shield and then is ready to drop through back air on reaction if you try to shield drop.
And he stays far enough away. His foot is a bit longer than Peach's aerials. At least the quick ones, not forward air, right?
Yeah, he's got the spacing down for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And he'll platform drop sideways. Okay, back air, yeah. Peach in the corner, hard to get out. But Blake's really good at it. For some reason, he always knows when to roll. He just throws a stitch face away. He still gets the edge guard.
Very fortunate that forward air managed to kill Bones because he was in no position to keep it going. Unfortunately, trading instead of getting the clean hit.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Got the
Blake's punch
re-grab.
game's so good. So multiple times, we've seen Blake today get that double jump land like he always does, and then go for a dash attack just a little bit late. I'd love to see him start to grab that.
That's such a tight timing window. You have to be so technically proficient to hit that. I don't care how many times someone does it successfully, I will continue to be astounded by it. The double jump land, turnaround grab.
Blake's super consistent at it. Even without UCM, he's nuts. Back air? Okay. Yeah, that's not going to connect there.
Bones, commonly called Marthritis, but all characters can suffer from it. Is having a lot of trouble killing Blake right now.
And this is one of the things that makes Blake so strong in teams, like we saw earlier. He's really good at... He'll get hit, sure, but it's really hard to get the killing blow on him. Meanwhile, he's going to rack up a little bit of damage, where a lot of Peaches, would have tried to go for a big hit themselves and played some 50-50s. Blake refuses to. He wants that 80% because he wants the lead on his last stock. And you know he's going to continue to play to it.
This is an opportunity for Bones to turn the momentum around. He's got a very good low percent combo game against Peach, and going from up 90 to 0 to suddenly even can be so demoralizing that if he can get it to even, but no, Blake doesn't even give him the opening.
Yeah,
very nice edge.
It was a critical spot dodge that got Blake out of a sticky situation. Bones is pretty good off the grab, which isn't something you can typically say of Falco's. He'll put himself in a good position and then sort of remove Peach's options systematically until he gets a strong hit.
That is such a good description of like how Bones seems to approach the matchups. It's a systematic approach for sure.
Which I think is good versus a lot of Peaches.
Nice instant transmission again, as you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah. Mostly because there are a lot of ways you can invalidate some of Peach's stuff. Unfortunately, against the Peaches who have an understanding of what's being invalidated, they just go for the other stuff. And that's something that Blake's very familiar with. He's been camped by Philly's own Fox players enough times. He's been hit by enough lasers from Sun 2 and Bones to know.
Bones, no!
I'm actually really surprised Blake didn't taunt. He hates being camped so much.
Well, Bones striking back really quickly. So
yeah.
It makes sense to me why Bones is camping. Blake isn't showing that he's willing to approach from above laser height. As Bones is throwing out these lasers, Blake's taken a lot of them, shielded a lot of them, and he's gone onto platform to pull a turnip. But the only way to really get Bones to stop is to punish him by floating just above the highest short hop laser height you can throw out, and come in with a solid approach. And does Blake just not feel comfortable doing that right now?
I can say this much: Blake is a top 100 player if you approach him. He is not if he has to approach you.
Okay.
He played, I hate to bring up other sets during this one, when he played KJH, the first set he won, KJH was coming to him. The second set, he did not. Blake lost. And it's as simple as that. And that's what Bones is doing. He's forcing the ball to stay in Blake's court, and Blake is not passing it back.
Blake is just floating too low right now.
Yeah. So you either float higher, but the thing is, I know in Blake's head, when he floats higher, he feels like he always gets nared, back aired, or down aired by a space animal. And you can see him, he's starting to tilt. That's what those double jumps were about. What I've been trying to tell him, and I always forget before he goes into these sets, is take the laser and dash. You get ground, and then you can play your game. I like to say, look at Falco's lasers not as an obstacle, but as an interruption. They do 2 damage. Who cares? He's going to combo you to 100% anyway, right? He's Falco.
Yeah. It's like, if I could get a free approach on my opponent...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice read.
I got really excited. There's the turnaround grab after double jump land. He does it again! Comes the up air. Oh, he goes right for an air. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. I got really excited.
He played that punish game like he had something to prove.
So and that is the scary thing about Blake. That's why people opt to camp him. He has one of, when he's playing well, good, nice down air. When he's playing well, he has one of the best punish games, in particular versus Spaceys, but I think overall. So he's scary. Scary dude.
Which just makes Bones more likely to camp him, in my opinion.
Yes, which is a shame for Blake. And we can see that he tries to shield. Remind me after the set to talk to him about taking lasers.
Yeah, basically what I was saying is, all you have to do is pay, maybe 6% for an approach. That sounds worth it to me.
Especially when you're Blake and when you win the approach, you're doing way more than 6. You're doing 10, 20 times that.
Let's just say all you get is 1 aerial, and you only have a 50-50 chance of winning that mix-up. It's still worth it. Even if you don't get any punish, it's still worth it.
That's true.
From an expected value point of view, I mean.
Now the trick is when you use the lasers as more of a neutral tool and less of a way to do damage. So then when Falcos expect you to come in a certain way, it finishes the game. Then that's when they put out a back air after we've been coming through some lasers, or they sort of like wave dash towards you up tilt or back up so they can punish your approach. We haven't seen that layer of the game yet. It's been a lot of Blake sort of like waiting for the lasers, like you said, not really doing anything about it, and it puts Bones in full control.
So I just had a thought. Do you want to like go real quick and say some words to Blake? I know.
There's no mid-set coaching.
Okay, I guess that would be mid-set coaching.
It's definitely mid-set coaching.
You should shout something at him. That's not mid-set coaching. Anyone could shout something.
I actually hate that that's true, but I used to do it all the time. And I wouldn't even say it in a cringe way. I would say like let's say someone missed a simple chic edge guard. Like they didn't just get up off the ledge like 3 times. It'd be like, nice get up off the ledge so you can punish. Good job, dude. Like sarcastically, like I was jeering. And it would actually be advice. People hated that. Shout outs to Smash God.
If you're trying to get on the grind PR, those are some great tips to use in the future.
I think one of the least grimy players.
That was an uncalled for joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But I mean, I did it. What you gonna do? Because it was fair. I'll use every advantage I can get. I'm a competitor. Yes, good reaction. I thought he was gonna up air. He gets the nair, slapped, and that's gonna finish the stock. Bones had a very strong first stock. They are even now. The punish game gets crazy here. Bones is one of the strongest Falcos I've seen punishing on FD. Even against floaties, he's really good at doing repeated down airs, getting like a nair string or some back airs, working him in.
He just seems to be frustrating Blake so effectively with these lasers, too.
That's what I'm talking about. Blake tried to approach after a laser. Bones does a turnaround up tilt.
Okay, catches that forward smash. Bones going for like a pretty hard read there. And nice to see that he was wrong about it for Blake.
Oh, there's something that's obvious to us because I play with Peaches and you play as a Peach. On FD...
Oh, the chain grab. We got to mention
the chain grab. You see the chain grab, but it doesn't really work until about 30%. So it's a critical first 30%. If you don't know that, that's why Blake wasn't spamming grab or whatever, right?
Yeah, so I feel comfortable going for it around 40. But before then, even if you get the grab, like a simple up throw, they have to DI in front of you because if they DI behind, it's a free down smash. So they have to DI in front of you, and then you get like a pretty nice mix-up on
Against them. Blake, I take the down smash on purpose.
You take the down smash?
He will tech chase me, grab me, and then do what you're about to see. And so there's actually a little bit of a mix-up you can do at the very end. At 120%, if you DI full out... Oh, he's not confident.
Forward air, not up air in there?
No,
I mean, up throw in air?
No, so here's the thing, is that when you get close to 120%, that's the percent it doesn't work anymore. If you DI a full out, Blake will do a weak dash attack to down smash against it. If you DI just a little bit, he'll either do a pivot up smash because he's crazy, or he'll go for that nair like you were talking about. That forward air, I think, is actually a sign of shakiness from Blake.
And it's interesting by Bones. Usually you'd expect him to DI the initial up throws to get himself in the middle of the stage to increase it, to just maximize his survivability.
See, that's what
nice name.
That's what I'm talking about. Blake didn't even down smash the DI behind because he's so confident in his tech chase, so confident in his chain grab. He knows that it's not worth it. That 20%, 30%, 60% you get is not as good as his punish game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sitting over here like, oh, it's a free down smash like a scrub, but it's like a free down smash isn't good enough. I want to kill him. I want blood.
And it harkens to very high level Peach Fox play at Royal Flush. Particularly on platforms, Mango began taking the down smash on purpose so that he could slide off and then just get out of a punish with 30%. Because you just respect Peach's punish game that much. It is that good. That being said, Bones does have the advantage. I kind of expected a down or gets the nair there to push Peach away. Peach in the corner very weak, so Bones is doing a great job applying the pressure. That is 80 damage. Not in a combo, really, but in a sort of pseudo combo from Bones.
Yeah, he's just getting walled out. Every attempt to get by is unique and a different neutral situation, but it's just so frustrating and so hard.
Yeah. And you know what I've seen?
It's a mental wall and a wall of back airs.
Yes. Yes. What I've seen from Blake before, only because I play with him so much, is I know he can do like the ledge dash type thing on. What he usually does is
the Peach's double frame perfect invincible ledge dash. Excuse me, is that what you're talking about?
It doesn't do the super invincible version. It's pretty good, but he has some mix-ups that can beat those sorts of things. A lot of the times he'll double jump backwards so that he sort of like whirs up backwards. Peach's double jump. And then he'll avoid a back air and then come down to the forward air.
So he weaves his way in.
Yes, that's not what he did. It looked like he just wanted to like bang his head against the wall, and Bones was more than happy to let him.
So you felt like his play indicated that he was feeling a little bit stubborn about it. They just wanted to force it to work instead of rethinking and reapproaching the problem.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair assessment.
Oh, that roll in he's rolling in on purpose. 2 in a row gets punished.
Yeah, and I said before, he usually has a pretty good sense of when to roll in. I think he's feeling a little jarred. He's not like throwing his head back. He doesn't look super nervous or really upset, but I do think he's a little shaken. And Bones is, just continuing his lockdown style, and it's working really well. This is the dangerous part. He gets slapped. Why do you pull a turnip? I guess he didn't expect the opposite attack. I was talking about this, I think, with Spood Beast before. A lot of Peaches, when they get a knockdown or hit someone off the stage, they just by default go for a turnip. If you watch Armada, he doesn't always do that because he knows you can ops attack. Sometimes it's better just to run out there and get the edge guard.
There are even some situations where having a turnip is more of a liability than an asset.
Yeah, you can't grab, you can't down smash. You're missing some strong parts of your kit.
Dash attack.
Yeah, you can't dash attack. That's so good. All right, somehow, thanks to the chain grab, Blake is up. Okay, we're back to even. Because I was about to say, Bones played so stellar on
Oh,
that
hold
first
on.
start.
Our audio cut out? I think my audio cut out.
I can hear fine.
My audio cut out.
All right, continue to commentate as though it didn't happen, and we'll see what's up. I can still hear you.
Oh.
So I think you are commentating. Yes, we see another chain grab coming. Okay, yep, coming from Blake. We have a Roche back. Sweet. And this should be just about death. He goes for the weak dash attack a little bit early. Backer's going to finish it off. And the taunt. Oh, Blake's feeling himself a little bit now. That's what I like to see.
He spent too much of this match tilted, and he wants to pass that back to Bones. He knows how good of a counter pick that this is. He's probably pretty upset that he lost the last game, and he knows that because he'll have to play Game 5 on probably Yoshi's story, that he needs a psychological edge going into it.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about what just happened. On that chain grab, so there's two basic things that happen. First, you can just re-grab Falco if he's not all the way off. What Bones did is he did a little bit of DI towards the edge. That way on the next throw, he'd be too far away to get re-grabbed again, which forces Peach to do a run-off nair. He made it ambiguous, so Blake didn't know whether he should go for run-off nair or another grab.
There was a moment just now where Blake went for like the sickest
See the ledge show?
use of his up B.
Yeah.
So if you land with your parasol open, you land with like a million frames of lag. But if it's closed, you land with no lag. And he went for like the latest close to down smash so that he could drift all the way into a great position, which is just like such a technically challenging thing that doesn't look like it is. Okay, Bones is in his up B mode. Notice that he's down a stock when he starts doing this.
Well, to be fair, I think when Peach is that high, there's really no punishment for it. It's just worth, one Hail Mary, maybe. And we'll see if Bones is able to do it again. Here comes a forward throw. Nope, the nair.
Run off nair?
Oh,
No.
he floated a little too much. I think you just, sort of run off and do it, right?
Yeah, drop zone, you can.
Yeah, and you just take the stock at this point. Because Bones does have the punish game to bring this back, especially on something like FD where it can be difficult to get in off the stage. Can he finish the edge guard?
All right, if there's a time to miss an edge guard, it's when you're up an entire stock. Better now than in Game 5.
It still worries me, dude.
Oh, what is Bones doing?
Okay, yeah, that one I don't know about. That one I don't know about. I would have stayed down and tried to push my advantage there. That back air, not going to do a really good DI from Blake. I think I saw some smash DI in too. He is the person who sort of showed me how good double stick DI can be. There's the weaving backwards and then going for a forward air. Bones is ready for it. Gets a shield out.
Yeah, so Bones has caught on that Blake is trying to cross him up a lot, and he's just up tilting to punish. He's landed 2 of those in the last stock, and Blake needs to catch on to that and change up how he's trying to win neutral. Oh, I think he was. Do you think he meant to roll back, or because wave dash back would have won the game right there? I think he might have just messed up.
Yeah, that's possible. Part of me actually thinks that there's a chance it was on purpose. Just because Blake knows he's at a low percent, if he's in the center of the stage and he gets a couple more hits, he'll be fine. If he finds himself out of position, it's pretty much over. He could just lose, right? So I think he's, playing the percentages in his own way.
Yeah, you got to play it conservative,
Yeah.
nurse your lead a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's doing. Maybe a little too much because now he's at 60 and things could go bad. This is why I was worried about the edge guard. This should be an easy one, though. Yeah.
I don't think it's possible for Falcon to get back without assistance.
You're probably right. Yeah, without assistance, good.
Yeah,
good addendum.
A turnip might have helped. A down air if they were on the same team.
An up air maybe, a parasol, all kinds of stuff could have helped.
But by the way, speaking of team saves, Bones' team saves were so good today.
Yeah, the lasers.
He saved Kirby Kaze with a laser like 100 times.
The snack special is you get in the way in light shield so that the laser can't reach them. Just saying. So we did not. There were no saves in our set.
Talk about a game changer.
It's pretty good. You get hit by the laser, light shield the laser. We're going to Battlefield. Back to Battlefield? Did they play here already?
I don't believe. Was game 1 on Battlefield? Or was it on Fountain?
Game 1.
Or was it in Dreamland?
Maybe Blake won here. Is that what happened?
I'm not sure. All I know is this could have been. So Bones is one on FD, and what was the other one? Yoshi's?
I think Stadium.
Oh, Stadium. So he could have gone to Yoshi's. Sorry, he could have gone to Yoshi's, but instead, Yoshi's is a pretty high variance map. The game can be decided by very small things and kind of capricious things, like where is Randall, what's going on with the Shy Guys.
Honestly, aside from that, Bones is doing so good in this style, and there's just not the space on Yoshi's to do it that effectively, right?
Right.
You pointed out originally how Blake is having a really hard time finding his way in against all the lasers. He used to be a power shielder. I don't know if maybe he hasn't practiced that in a while or what, but I think Yoshi's is a bit too close for Bones to really work with this strategy because he is not budging.
And
that could be big. Slides off. Okay.
The kind of campy laser style that he's going for really complements the specific heights of Battlefield's platforms.
That's true.
Peach kind of has to float almost inside of the platform, just below. So most of her is sticking up, but her feet are just below it, so she doesn't snap through. And for Blake, who's already shown a little bit of frustration trying to work his way around these lasers, just adding that extra obstacle, just sucks.
And we actually see a little bit of circle-type camping coming in from Bones, too. He was using the top platform. Blake threatens, because he is so proficient on the double jump lands, he threatens to double jump, cancel, jump again in order to catch him, but Bones was out of there in plenty of time.
Bones is on pace to time Blake out right now. I know it's incredibly early to start to talk about it.
I don't think it is. I think that's what he wants to do. Bones has these very specific, I don't want to call him one-dimensional, but out of the players who are as strong as he is perhaps one of the most one-dimensional. He will say this is my strategy, this is what's winning it for me, and then he'll stick to it, right?
Right.
He doesn't flex unless he has to adapt.
I mean, Bones lost to Mojo, and I'm sure he wants that rematch. And when is he going to go to Texas to get that rematch? I think he wants that rematch at all costs.
Yeah, I'd say so. And I wouldn't put it past Bones to do this just at a local.
Yeah.
No, I mean it. He's a real competitor. He will do what he needs to win. We've mentioned his disdain for Peach in the past, and I think he'll do whatever he has to beat this quick, scary Peach. And some of that is maybe run all the way across the stage and shoot the gun a little bit.
And it's not just that he doesn't necessarily have to win this by the clock for it to be effective.
Yes.
Because the frustration damage that he's getting,
which means nothing against some people, but against Blake, it probably does.
I definitely, in my set against Vincesson earlier, I definitely lost a game due to frustration, but he air dodges and kills himself. He still got the lead. Okay, yeah, he just went for max time on the top platform. He is definitely going for the timeout if there was any doubt.
Yeah. And honestly, we've been talking about how mentality would play a big factor in this game. Usually by this point, with every time Blake is getting hit, he throws his head back in frustration. I haven't seen that at all. I think he's looking honestly great, all things considered.
Hey, I slept through high school. I came in first period, slept till third period. Literally had a pillow and blanket and slept on the carpet.
The game is speaking for itself. I feel like I have nothing to say. Blake putting up, he's not putting up aerials as a wall, but Bones knows he can't approach. Blake feels like he can't approach. This is going to be a frustrating game. And I mean, the timeout is super real now.
So the way Blake is trying to combat this is he's pulling turnips and trying to approach with a turnip. If I could whisper one sentence in his ear, is stop pulling turnips. Just float at the height in between the platform lasers and the grounded lasers and come in.
Something that I want to commend Bones for is typically when we talk so much about a Peach like this, it's because it feels like Bones has a really solid baseline game plan established, and he's sort of the obstacle for Peach. Very often it's the other way around. The space he has to figure out the Peach player. Bones is playing so solidly that we're talking about the matchup sort of in reverse of how many commentators are forced to talk about.
Oh, yeah, you are absolutely right. Bones is playing this like a fortress.
has him on the ledge. Comes up with lasers. That's just adds insult to injury. It's safe if the other character's that far away. Blake feels like he's close enough. Yes, he reads the roll.
He got in so effectively there. He just needs to...
So I've seen that same nair many times. I kind of wish Blake could use his double jump land to grab there. I think it'd be really good.
Oh, there it is.
He's going to do it again. Oh, he goes for a down smash. He tries to get the no tech.
Almost got it, too. Was that a missed tech, but he got up right before the down smash comes out?
I think he got up like during the down smash or something. It was pretty interesting.
So the invincibility just manages to counteract it?
Somehow, yes. I did not expect it to work that way. I think it was a get up attack, right? So maybe that's what it was.
Okay. So I think what Blake did in that the last exchange where he got in very effectively was that he was floating at the correct height and very close to center stage. And it's so hard. You have to time just to get out of your shield, you have to time the jump absolutely perfectly to not get clipped by lasers.
Okay, yeah, Blake is starting. I mean, he's really trying to power shield, which I don't know if there's time for that anymore, dude. Like, I can see him like getting a little bit antsy just in the way he's moving around. I think it's perfectly clear that Bones is trying to time out Blake at this point. Blake, I'll say it, he needs one of those big DMC punishes in order to really bring this back. This could be it. I thought he was going to go down there for the edge guard. I could have sworn the Blake that I know would have dove off the stage. Head first.
Wow, 2 straight power shields.
I have to say, when it comes to like of all the things that tilt Blake, time, like his camping's one of them, but timeouts and stuff, he's willing to play a long match. We've seen him almost most famously got timed out by Hugs at Pound 2016. He was okay with the fact that he got timed out.
It makes most of Peach's matchups are pretty long matchups. Like Peaches have endurance for sure.
He's accustomed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's accustomed to that. So I don't think he's feeling all that pressured by the clock. Maybe not pressured enough because
he's not pressured at all by the clock right now because right now they're even on stocks and Peach can make up the deficit in 5 seconds. So if Blake needs to wait a minute to get the perfect 5 seconds, and there it is, the perfect 5 seconds, and now he's got the lead.
And
Bones cannot camp.
Yeah, now the clock works in reverse.
Bones needs this kill. Blake has all the time in the world right now.
Call it a reversal, call it karma, call it whatever you want. The clock is working against Bones now. Gets an up smash. That's not going to KO. It's not Fox.
He's toting. He's going to wait the full... Oh my God, just stay.
I know Blake is laughing in his head. He's probably using some explicatives. Rolls away. Oh, it's almost funny how it worked out this way. Is he going to get the edge guard? Okay, and someone else who lost to Mojo earlier in a 3-2 set? Blake, and he got the run back, not Bones. It was a really fascinating set to watch. I hope that players around the world watch it and see how that played out, because that was really something.
I just got to say that set was like the comeback story. It felt so.
I have to go talk to Blake.
Okay, go. That was like in the Mighty Ducks movie when the evil team in all black was like up 3 goals. There's no time. He makes the miracle happen. Let's go, Blake.